Right, okay, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who might be watching or listening. I'm here with Paul Holman, who I've known virtually for years, actually. Paul, haven't we?
I was thinking about it. We go back to, I think I first come across you on a forum, property forum, about 2005, 2006.
Oh my goodness.
We're talking way back now. And if memory serves, the bloke was called Pandip Vashir or something.
Oh God.
We're going way back in time.
Going back now. Yeah.
We're talking about 15 years.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Easily. So you weren't even doing Facebook proper then.
I wasn't doing Facebook at all then. I didn't even start looking at Facebook until 2010, the end of 2010. Yeah. No, I wasn't into social media or any of that malarkey back then. Oh my goodness. Wow, Paul, that's been a long time.
I can find you.
So tell us, what have you been up to? Not in the whole last 15 years, but what have you been up to in the last couple of years? What are you doing? I know that you've just started. Have you just started Dutchy Digital Publishing? Is that quite a new venture for you?
It is. Yeah. Prior to this, I used to be in property, and I would sort of find property for people at a discounted price and that sort of thing. And I would just take a commission, which was okay, but that's a bit tight these days. And I fancied something a bit different. I fancied something now, once again, behind my computer where I could just do what I do. And because I've been in printing, most of my life is printing anyway, I thought about whether I could publish, and I'm thinking about the Kindle platform, Amazon platform. And I sort of, I'm now going that route. Literally, I've been on it now for about maybe a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. So it's very early days, but it's fascinating. I like the idea of royalties when they come. Takes about 2 months, mind, before they come. But this is the real passive income, as passive as you can get, I would have thought.
Yeah, well, it's really interesting, actually, that you're doing this, because I seem to have gone on a bit of a theme on my last few lives, and I seem to have spoken to quite a few people who are writing books and stuff. And I was having a really good conversation with a lady called Julie Cordner the other day, who's in the Your Lifestyle Business community, and she's published both fiction and non-fiction books. And we were talking about, because I don't know much about it, having not published. I'm now published, but we'll get onto that in a second. I had no idea, having not ever published a book before, and she was talking to me about the route of indie publishing versus traditional publishing, and she was saying how these days it's so much better to go down the kind of indie publishing route. You have so much more control over your book. You have control over the design. You have to be the promoter of your book anyway, even if you went down a traditional publishing route these days. So really doing it yourself. And I said to her, wow, so when you publish your own book, then you're essentially creating kind of like your own publishing company, right? And that's exactly what you're doing. So your goal with Dutchy Digital Publishing is not to, are you going to be doing your own books, or you're specifically going to be focusing on publishing other people's books for them?
I could do both. If I want to do my own these days, you can literally write it yourself, or what I want to start doing is sort of how-to books to start with, not 200-300 pages, 25, 30, 40 pages, little shorts. That's all they are. And what I can do is I can sort of research on Amazon and things like that and find out maybe in certain categories which are the top 10 or 20 books, and then I can sort of look at that and think, okay, it's like the keto diet is going around at the moment. Everybody's mad on the keto diet, supposedly. So I could think, right, that's a very good subject. So let's write a book on that. I can do it myself, like I say, or I can get a ghostwriter to do it for me, because there are plenty of companies out there that will do that for you. Go away. And they can do that for you. So you don't have to do it yourself. In fact, you don't have to do a thing yourself. But the beauty, I suppose, of the Amazon, the Kindle platform is a person like me, just on his own, can go right through the whole system. And it's really quite incredible. You can. Am I going too fast here? No,
please.
Right. What I'm doing is I'm purely starting off on the Kindle app, so I can sort of do an ebook, all right, and that will go on the old Kindle readers But these days, you know, you get your apps for your tablets, obviously your phones as well, so people can carry them anywhere they want. And that's what I'm focusing on at the moment. The actual book part, you know, where you get a physical book, that can be a wee bit more complicated to sort out because you need margins and stuff like that. But it's not a problem. You can get somebody to do all that for you once you've done all your copy, or you've gotten your copy done for you via a ghostwriter. So, and I didn't know about this. Being in the printing industry myself, if somebody said to me, "Can you print me a book?" and it's 200 pages. No, it's ridiculous. I would need, you need to give me an order for thousands.
Yeah.
Amazon now, and this is really quite new as far as I know, they do print on demand. So what that means is, if you want a book, they will do you a book, proper book, bit of Cornish that is, proper book, and literally they will print it on demand. So if it can be, 150 pages, 200 pages, the books get sent out to your customers, and it's just bang, done, one off. I think it's one off. So it could be a minimum of 10. I don't know, but it's a ridiculously small amount. So you can do that as well, and people still like the physical book to hold. E-books. I mean, I like the e-books, and I like them on my phone, and I can take them where I want to. But a physical book, you still can't beat. It's kind of nice.
Well, again, I had another live earlier on this week with a lady called Sandra Spence, who teaches people how to build a book to build a business, right? So she as opposed to becoming a published author because you want to be just a published author, and maybe go out and win a Pulitzer Prize or something. She's saying no, her strategy is, what you do is you create a little book, which essentially becomes like a big business card. It's like a really high value, and it makes you stand out from the crowd, and it gives you authority. And she was saying the ability to now order maybe just 10 copies because you're going to go to a networking event or something, and you take 10 copies of your book with you to give out to people. I mean, it's phenomenal that you can do that, isn't it?
If I think of my printing days, and I had to do that sort of many years ago, to set up plates, artwork, stuff like that, we're talking thousands.
Yeah.
If you're talking a book, you're talking thousands. It's now it's like bing bing, off you go. Once you've sent up your manuscript to the Kindle platform, bang, it does it for you, and it just all formats it and stuff like that, and it's done. It's crazy. So much has changed from when I first started my printing company in 1987. Wow, yeah, a long time ago.
But I really think, Paul, that you could, with your digital publishing brand, I really think, as well as doing your own books, what you've just done for me, I mean, that's something. I'm sitting here talking to you now, and after speaking with Sandra earlier and Julie last week, I'm thinking to myself, right, I've got on my blog right now, and through all of the content that I've written over the last few years, I've probably got 3 or 4 books which I could pull together fairly quickly, literally within a few weeks of dedicated effort just to sit and go through all the content. I could probably pull together, but I don't want to have to do everything. I just want to pull the book together, and then I want to say to somebody else, okay, can you now go and do whatever it is needs to be done to get it all back? So that's a great service that you could offer. I don't know how, I have no idea how Kindle and Amazon price stuff, and whether there's any, profit margins in that for you to, obviously, because you would take a commission or a fee or whatever for doing that. Not sure how that might or would work, but that's a great service you could offer, right?
Well, on the ebook with Kindle anyway, they have 2 sort of strategies. They have one strategy whereby you can take 35% royalties, and then that's all yours. Everything else has been taken out from Amazon Kindle, so the 35% is yours. You don't get paid until about 2 months later, but once that 2 months is there, it rolls on. Now, the reason they go 35% is at that price point, you can come in at 99. I'll keep it in dollars. You can come in $99 up to $15, $17, $20 for the book.
Oh, wow.
The other price point, which suits me better, is 70% royalties. And on that one, you can only price your ebook from $99 to $9.99. But that gives you a whopping 70%. Now that really is quite nice. Now for my sort of books, you know, the how-tos, if you like, the shorts, you know, maybe 30, 40, 50 pages, unless it's exceptional, I really wouldn't go $9.99 because that's a fair old way. But I would certainly want sort of maybe $4 or $5 for it. You know, and, if you can sell whatever of those, you know, a month, 100 a month or something like that, you know, that's quite nice.
You get me excited, Paul. I've got to be honest with you, because I've got like these 30-day guides sitting on my blog, right? They're 30-day guides to build your information marketing business. 30-day. Now they're all free on my blog because they're separate, you know, blog posts. But you're looking at 55,000 words was my 30 days to build your e-commerce store. That's a fairly chunky book.
That's a really nice book.
I could turn that and I could sell that for $9.99. I mean, I could easily sell that. That's cheap, I think, for what it is actually.
Of course it is. Of course it is. And obviously you can, you know, like I did initially, you can promote it free for a few days, get everybody to like it and say, you know, how good it is. I tend to like people to say, I like your book if they really do like the book, rather than saying, oh, you're a mate, here's 5 stars. I mean, that's nice. Don't get me wrong, but I would rather the content was good, because obviously then the book would sell itself. So if we can get a nice few reviews, you know, because we all do it. I mean, at the moment, your book, you're posh now, you've got your own ISBN number. Did you know that?
So let's go through the system of how you set this up, because this is great. So let me just share my screen a sec, ladies and gentlemen. I am officially published. I am on Amazon. This is my first book on Amazon. There it is, 6 ways to build a business you can run from anywhere in the world. This is actually my lead gen. This is what I use as my lead gen on my blog. And Paul approached me and said, "Hey Joe, look, you know, I want to run an experiment. Can I grab your book? Can I put it on Amazon?" I'm like, yeah, why not? Go for it. I mean, I haven't even updated like the brand or anything. We've just gone with it. We've just run with it and thrown it up there, and there it is. So I am officially published, which is exciting. So
actually, if you scroll down to there, you would see that you're something like 2,777. That's the position you're in on Amazon. All right. So that is really quite good, because if I do research on Amazon and I'm looking for a book, if you go so if you look, all right, Amazon bestseller rank 3,952.
Okay.
Now that is really very good, because if I do my research, it is good. If I do my research on Amazon and I'm looking for a title to follow, I wouldn't follow anything less or anything more than 10,000. So for us to come in at 3,952, funny enough, yesterday we were in the late 2s. So there's a slight shift there. So it probably, because other books may have come in, may not have come in. We obviously don't have any rankings at this point. But hopefully we'll get...
I'm number 23 in small business and entrepreneurship.
Well, I checked that because last night it was 15, and now it's 23. But when I clicked on it, I couldn't see us ranked 15th in that section. So I'm not quite sure. It's a learning curve for me as well. But all I know is if there's a book on there that sort of I put up there, I do myself or I do for somebody else, the royalties are kind of nice. And if it's really popular, the thing is, next month we'll have another check, and then the month after that we'll have another check, and so it goes on. I know 1 or 2 people that I've discussed who do this, who are getting, for really decent books, checks years later.
Wow.
And once it's done, it's done. The thing is, there's another spin-off to this as well. This is Amazon. Okay. Now, if you look for this book, something like it on Audible, this is the next spin-off I'm looking at. If you look at this on Audible, a lot of the time there's nothing there, because the Audible part is really quite new. I know we've all heard about it and it's been around for a long time, but it's really quite new. You're entering the breakthrough stage. So the next thing would be to get somebody to narrate this book, and then throw it on. I
would narrate it 100%. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it. Whenever I listen to Audible, I want to hear the person who wrote it. I always want to hear the person who wrote it when I listen to books on Audible. I get very disappointed when they have a separate narrator. I'd much rather listen to the actual person who wrote it. Okay.
So it's interesting. It's interesting. Fun enough, I came across a program yesterday. It was via Facebook. It's one of these speech recognition bits of software, and it was very, very good. It was so good, and I thought, God, I wonder if I can use that for some books. All you do is to like copy and paste, and then click OK, and then it'll read it for you. You know.
Oh, okay.
But it had accent, it had everything. It didn't sound like Stephen Hawkins, if you like. Sorry, Stephen.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like that. Like one thing. It had, as we speak naturally. The only problem when I checked in the frequently asked questions is the maximum amount of words you could do was 700. So
okay.
It's for like a little small promotion or something.
Yeah.
But
and what software was that called? Can you remember?
Oh, I didn't get it. It just flashed through. I've got it on my system, and I can let you know later because I know I copied it. But very impressive.
Paul, talk us through the system then of what you've done to get this. Just don't go into huge technical details. No. But just give us a brief overview of what you've done to get this book online, and then what happens now, because I know that we're going to be asking. It's lovely that people have already come on saying, let's post reviews for Joe. Thank you. Yes, please. And we're going to be asking at the end and giving a link where people can go and get the book and post reviews and talk about how to do that. But just talk us through the rough process, Paul.
Right. Well, okay. What we did first off was we went to Amazon's Kindle section. They call it KDP, Kindle Digital Publishing. And you've got to go on there and you've got to set up your account. So that's the first thing to do. So as you go through the account, I won't go through in detail, but as you go through and set up the account, it'll lead you through the steps that you need to go. Okay. You will need bank information because when they pay the royalties into your account, depending on what country you're in, they will need to know the references that the bank used so that it goes straight to them. There is a technical word for it. I don't know. It'll be on the Kindle site somewhere. So that's that. So that's the first thing you do then. And then you need to get your book written. So either you've got the content, you've got an idea or whatever. So either you've got something yourself. In your case, Joe, you've got plenty there that you can use. If somebody didn't have something like that, they could have an idea, maybe that's something they fancied, and they could get it ghost written and go from there. Plenty of companies that will do that for you. They charge something like, they'll vary, but it'll be maybe $10 for 100 words. Some are less, some are more. If you want Morgan Freeman, you might pay $1,000. Who knows? That might be.
Where would you go? I would. My first thought would be to go to something like Upwork.com. Are there any sites?
Yeah,
or?
You've got places like that. Upwork, Guru, another one. If once again, if you go Google it, you'll find plenty of people to do that, and then just sort them out yourself. See which you think is the best. Fiverr, you still can't knock Fiverr.com. Your little bit of transcript I sent through because it had to be converted to the Kindle format, and it can be a bit technical. There were people looking to do that for me for like $100, $150, and I'm thinking, no, because all they're going to do at the end of the day is copy and paste that and then magically make it work. I had it done for £18.50.
Right.
That was including tip. And it's beautiful. The only thing I didn't get were the links. I could get the links to go in so that when people clicked, it would go straight to your site. Anyway, I digress. Right. So once you've done that, your documents, like I say, need to be converted. So either you're very, very clever yourself and you can do these because it has to be converted, like I said, for the Kindle format, or get somebody else to do it. So if you post on Upwork, Guru, Fiverr, like I did, you can get somebody to do that for you. A couple of days, it's done. Check it. If you're happy, bang, send it up, because it has to be a special format file. It's called like EPUB. I've never heard of it before. Probably e-publication or something like that. Never heard. But there you go. So obviously, before you do all that, when you get that back, my next stage was to check the documents, make sure it still was okay, nothing was left out from what you did, and if that was good, we're ready to publish. So your account is open. So though now you go to the Kindle platform again, and you have two options there. You have two little boxes. One will say publish a book, and the second one will say publish an ebook. So you publish an ebook, and then you follow the routine from there. So it's fairly straightforward, and it does it for you. It'll ask you things like, what category do you want it in? It'll ask you for 7 keywords to go with that, you know. So obviously your keywords can be singular words, or they can be little phrases, but 7 of those. All I did with yours is I just picked from your front of the page, you know, 7 little things that blend in with your book. I'm just going there. So as you go down through the stage, then the next stage is you'll be asked for what commission structure you want. We talked about this earlier on. So either you go for 35%, where you can charge it then for 99 cents to up to whatever, or you take the 70% royalty range, and then your minimum then is 99 cents. Did I say dollars earlier on? Cents up to $9.99, you know, so that's the range. But you'll see all that there once you've done that. As you go through, you'll be asked to save it to draft. All right. So and then you'll do a few more bits and pieces. Eventually, you'll get to the part after you've filled in all the information that you need and your bank information as well, to save and publish. Once you save and publish, ka-ching, it's there. Simple as that. It sounds harder than it is, but I think, you know, and this has been my first one. Once you go through the first one, that's it. The only thing I've found I've done a couple of times is I've gone back a few times because I think I want to change this, I want to change that. I know initially when I put down the age range, I didn't need to do that apparently, but I put down the age range. So I put down 10 to 18 plus.
Yeah.
But when it came up, it was like 10 to 18, and there was no plus. And I thought, And somebody also on the site told me that I was in the children's section. So I thought, right, I'll shift it up to 16 to 18. And then when it reloaded itself, it was just age range 16 to 18. And I thought, you know, so it's new for me. So I wiped that clean now. I don't put age. So that was hit. I'm just looking at my bits and pieces.
I'm just going through it. I can't believe it. I'm clicking to look inside and see what's going on.
Yeah, because it's only a small book. I think yours was 39 pages on that one. You only get really the cover, the contents, and I think they break into a couple of lines, but nothing major. But certainly with the content, it gives you an idea of what they've got there, and it's a nice little book for people. It does give people a nice little idea as to what they can do.
Yeah.
So
what happens now then? So once you've got your book live and it's up there, it's on Amazon, we're late. You wanted people to be able to get this for free. And we haven't done it I haven't promoted it in time for you. So that period is over, is it? That free period?
Well, they can still get it for free. Initially it was 5 days, Friday till this Tuesday. Tuesday's gone. We're on Wednesday now, I think. The thing is with this lockdown, I get lost with days. So I think it's 2020, isn't it? So
something like that.
It's close. So so you can still get it for free. What they'll want you to do is to sign up for Amazon. Okay, so you get then a free 30-day account. If you don't want to use it at the end of that 30 days, then fine, you know, so be it. You know, you can cancel. Obviously, you'll lose Joe's magic book, but you can cancel. But actually, Amazon is really quite nice because there's a lot of good stuff there for reading, and it is really nice because you can read it on
for Amazon. You mean Amazon? When you say sign up for Amazon, you mean sign up for Amazon Kindle or sign up for what?
Well, you're probably already signed up for Amazon account anyway. So many people have them, right? What you want to do then is sign up for Amazon's KDP, Kindle Publishing, all right, and sign up for that. So it'll link into your account anyway, but you need to sign up for that. That would have been the first thing you do. Set up that account and set up your business. Like I say, sort out where you want your royalties paid, all the rest of it. So that would have been the first thing you do. Once you're set up for that, you just go in that section then and upload your ebook and you go from there. All right.
Yeah, but for people who now if people want to go on and leave me a review, let's say, what do they now do to not? Do they now have to pay 78 pence or 99 cents or whatever for the book?
No, because there's a free option there as well.
Okay.
You'll see a free option. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me put it on the screen so that people can see what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So up there, you've got read for nothing. Okay. So if you click that, that will take you to, if you have an Amazon account, a normal Amazon account, that'll take you into that account. All right. And you have the option then.
Yeah.
When I did it, I had the option, try it free, pay later. You should have 30 days free. When I clicked that, I had 30 days free here.
Yeah, I've got try it free, pay later.
Yeah, that's it. So at that point, then that'll be downloaded to the device you want, and you can read it. And obviously at that point also, you'll have the option to leave a review.
And people can only read a review once they've actually downloaded the book, correct?
Yeah, you've got to download it in the first place. Otherwise they'll have all these little, whatever they call them, little spies or something, or spiders or something, leaving all these reviews, and it's all false. Yes, you've got to download it first, Joe.
Okay, so when you initially, so we missed that little. I was just about Charlotte. I'm coming back to that actually. Sorry, Charlotte's just commented on something I was going to mention. When you initially uploaded the book, we had five days. So that is a time period when you first upload your book. So this is just a little lesson, I think, for all of us. When you know you're going to be uploading a book, you want to prepare that in advance, right? So that you know there's going to be a promotional point where you can go out and you can promote it for 5 days for free. The goal being what? Just to get reviews, or is there some kind of download velocity as well? Do you know?
No, it's purely just to let people have it for nothing, have a look at it and get those reviews.
Right.
Because you know yourself, when you're looking at things these days, and eBay started all those years ago, reviewing everything, and everybody does. I mean, I do that now. If I'm buying something now, I won't buy it from somewhere that doesn't have reviews. I go, let's see the reviews, let's see what real people think about it, and if they like it, that's fine. If they don't, forget it. For me, if it's 4 stars as a minimum, I'm interested. Any less than 4 stars, and I just throw it to one side and move on to something else.
Yeah, absolutely. So those all important reviews. So you've got that lovely 5-day period when you first upload a book.
Yeah.
And oh gosh, this is great. This is all starting to come together in my head now from all these conversations I've been having in the last couple of weeks. And so what you want to do is set up all your promotion leading up to that 5 days of books coming, my books coming, my books coming, my books coming. Make sure you download it for free. Now it makes sense what I've seen online with all these people going. You're going to get it.
I missed you a couple of times, young Joe, because you've been busy. But yeah, we did say we're going free Friday. Let's do it. No, my bad. All my bad. That's it. I don't know that I can still do it or not. I'm not sure if I can. I did say to you earlier on, I might just take it all down and throw it up again. But I'm sure KDP might recognize that actually we've seen this book. You've had your 5 days free trial. No. So there's, probably. I'm sure they get algorithms galore that can sort this out. So
I can always add a few bits.
I got a little nuisance. Book's not leaving me go. She's nudging me and pushing me. Right. So you can still get it for free, and you've got 30 days, and they can review it for you, Joe. Your trusty loyal followers, bless their cotton socks. They can give you a nice little star rating, and obviously then when other people see that, they think, wow, she's got 50 5-star reviews or whatever, or maybe 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, or all 1,000 members. Wow.
And question, Paul, if you're already a member of Kindle Unlimited, that would mean that you'd have to pay 99 cents for it.
I suppose you would.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway,
well worth it, Joe.
So well worth it. Very well worth it. Absolutely.
Well worth it.
But just taking Charlotte's point, and Charlotte, I literally brought it up on my browser as well. Because I was thinking about it as well. Designer. It's an app called Designer, spelled design and then ERR on the end. And you can create ebooks, Kindle books, all sorts. And it's really clever because, like for me with my blog post, I can literally take the URL of my blog post, put it in Designer, and it's going to put it in an ebook format for me. It's a really clever piece of kit. It's actually designed and created by Paul. Gosh, I can't remember his second name now, but really nice guy. No, really nice guy that used to be really big in like the SEO world and software. And oh my gosh, I can't remember his name, but he's a really good guy. And he's created this piece of kit, and it's designer, I think it's .io. So you can check that out for ebooks as well. But before everybody goes rushing off, because I know you're all on Amazon right now going to give me a review, just hold your horses, because I'm going to have a chat with Paul and see what we might be able to do to get this. We might change the title a little bit, change the design, call it 9 ways, add a few more ways, and re-upload it, Paul, and maybe see if we can try again. Yeah. And see if we can do this 5-day promotion, which I think would be quite cool. But that's just brilliant. I love the fact that you've done it, and I think that's just awesome. And you know, it's awesome to see my little name there on Amazon, and very uncanny.
Your own ISBN, like I said.
Sorry,
I'd say your own ISBN. You know, this is like having your name in lights.
That's it. I've made it.
One thing I did mention, as you're loading up your content to KDP anyway, they do have their own make you a cover section there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And based on some of the information that you put in, it'll throw together some nice little graphics. And I think you have a choice of maybe 5, 6, 7, or 8 different styles. So that's one way to do a free cover, which is kind of nice.
Excellent. And another option for you is canva.com. Canva is brilliant these days. So many templates on it. I used to have a little piece of kit called the ebook cover designer or whatever that I used to sell for like $17 or something. And that was quite good. But that Canva has it's completely... Everything. Taken over everything. It's great. It's got so many templates. Yeah. Last night I was sitting there, actually I was trying to do some YouTube thumbnails, and I was thinking to myself, I must get myself a new graphic designer to do these. And then I thought, I'll just check on Canva, and within 20 minutes I had some really nice YouTube thumbnails, and thought, no, I'm not going to pay for when I can just do it. So they've got ebook covers on there as well on Canva, so that's a really good option to go and have a look. And Charlotte just said Paul Clifford. It's Paul Clifford that's got designer.io, and a super nice guy. So and Mike Lawson has put, never mind 10K a month, I want my own ISBN number.
Once you get your own ISBN number, you've made it. You're there. After 15 years, you're there, girl.
I've made it. I have my own ISBN number. I'm so happy. Oh, well, that's just brilliant. That's great, Paul. Thank you very much for doing that.
You're welcome.
I hope that this little live has just helped some people in figuring out what they want to do if they want to get their book, and also showing them actually how easy it is. And I would just like to reiterate to a lot of you watching this now, especially people from my community, the chances are you already have enough content to create your own little book. I bet you if you went looking through all the blog posts you've written, all the copy you've done over the years, some of the videos you've made, all those little experiments that you've been doing over the years, the chances are on your computer you have got enough content to put together a little book and to be able to put it on Kindle. So Paul, all the very best with Duchy Digital Publishing. I can see that being something that's, really useful moving forward. The amount of people that are going to want to be able to create their own books to use either as a series of books or even just as a sort of a business card, and wanting somebody else to do the heavy lifting for them. I could see that being a really solid business model.
I mean that's the next thing as well. You get the option on there is when you do your ebook, is it a one-off standalone book or is it a series? And if it's a series, if some of your members have, so much content, that they can't, they think, I don't want to make it into a 200-page book. They can make it into 4 or 5 little 50-page books and stuff like that. And obviously, once they get the bug, number 1, number 2, number 3, it's a nice winning formula.
It really is. And I'm so bad with names. There is another guy called Steve Scott. I'm pretty sure his name is Steve Scott. and he's awesome on Kindle. He's just got like loads and loads of books, and last time I heard him on a podcast, he was doing something like $30,000 a month.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's got all how-to books in the digital marketing niche, how to write blogs, how to write books, how to do this, how to do that. And they're like big blog posts, but in little books. And because he's got that many of them now, the other does listening to him. And so it's a standalone business model, this, to create all your own books and put them on. This is a standalone, full-on lifestyle business model.
Supposedly, on average, when you're doing a short little how-to sort of small book, if it's reasonably successful, it should do you about $500 a month. So if you can throw sort of 10 of those up there, and I know we say willingly just throw 10 up there, but I mean, it's not insurmountable. No. That's $5,000.
But if that's your, I'm always talking about lifestyle business models, right? So if that's your model, if you say, right, this is what I'm going to spend all my time doing, this is going to be my model, I am going to literally focus on building my publishing Kindle model, and I am going to be, writing or getting ghostwritten or whatever, 5 books a month, for a year, and they're going to be, 60 or 70 pages each, and I'm going to sell them for $4.99, and I'm going to put them on Kindle, and I'm going to do all the promotion, and that's my model. That's it. I'm going to focus solely on that. That is a really nice little income generator. That's a great lifestyle business model. I love it.
The thing is also, like we said earlier on, once you have that little book done, just move it over, just get it translated and throw it on Audible. All of a sudden, you've done the hard work. You've got more money coming in now.
Yes.
Because people will, the beauty of, it's like the beauty of radio. It's like when you're driving, you can't not hear it. You don't have to physically pick up a book and read. You can be driving, you can be whatever, the wasted time when you do something. I always think of driving. I go to London from time to time, and from the bottom end of Cornwall, I think it's like 5 hours. What a waste of life. So it's going to be taking all this information in, and it's perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
Spin off. You're frozen. I'm here. Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Can you still hear me? Or oh, there I am.
I was just keeping them entertained while you were just frozen in time. We're all good. We're all good.
I hope I wasn't frozen going like that.
No. I think your nose is
all right, I'm going to call it there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Paul, you're an absolute superstar. And that's been great. And thank you very much for getting that book up there. We will talk about how we can take this a bit further. And I will be back in touch with all of my community as to what they can do to help launch this book or other books or your publishing company. And thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Have an amazing day, whatever you're doing, and get writing your books, get creating your books. We can all be
everybody. You have a book in you, guys. You have a book in you.
More importantly, you can get your own ISBN number.
You've made it then. You've made it. Hey, have your name and lights, forget that ISBN all the time.
That's it. Thank you, Paul.
Take care.